Hi, welcome back to this YouTube channel and my eBay sellers account, GB Hatchery. Today I'm playing American Truck Simulator, and I have this running in virtual reality, and I gotta say, this is one amazing simulation. So let's get right into it. So here it is. I'm not sure what make this is. An international. Gotta figure out which way I'm getting out of here. It's really nice the way you can lean into your mirrors and look. I have the mirrors up all the way right now, so the highest resolution they can run. I had this running really well, but then I went into the config file. It's just like the first page in the tree, and there's this config.cfg or something. And the first two, one was being able to display the mirror screen, and then the other one was reprojection. And so now I'm reprojecting, and it's at a locked 45 frames per second. A locked 45 frames per second. I gotta take this really wide, or it's not gonna let me get out. And it's reprojecting, and now I'm getting excellent performance. And I have the settings maxed all the way out in 4K. 4K Ultra all the way. Shadows up, everything. And I'm getting just a little bit of wiggle on some things, but it's a little bit like Microsoft Flight Simulator, where it's worth it. The clarity and the smoothness that you can count on. I have the PSVR readout in my headset here. Am I going the right way? Yeah. But I gotta tell you, for virtual reality, this is a very comfortable experience. I mean, truck drivers, they work really hard. I think you gotta be kind of a tough soul to do it. But actually in the cockpit, this is like creature comfort, really. Look at this. You got the whole shebang. Look at that. Look at that top bunk. That looks sweet up there. I guess one person driving. They have husband and wife teams that do this and make pretty good, I think. And what an adventure. But this simulator, it really brings just a taste of what you might see, and just the type of existence. It's really actually very comfortable to just sit in this seat and have this machine. But you know, virtual reality, it's just peeling that first couple funnest days right off the top and leaving the hard days behind. So, you know, it could be kind of not telling the story exactly 100%. I'm sure it's day in and day out, quite a bit of work. Heck, when you get in an accident in this game, they just kind of flash it on the screen and give you a little sound like a cop came, but you don't have to talk to anybody. So it's really, it makes everything short and sweet. I'm going to try to stop moving my head around, but I'm looking at the GPS to figure out which way to go. I guess I could glance with my eyes, but you know, the sweet spot. You always know somebody that plays a lot of virtual reality, because you'll be hanging out with them and they'll be moving their head around instead of their eyes, and it's like, what are you doing? It's just, this is cool right here. You can feel it get over some bumps too, and at certain times it'll really give a good I'm a truck bounce. It's amazing how much you can actually turn in these. So I'm going 65, that's the speed limit. They give a little readout there, it's a regular GPS path, and then it does show the speed limit, so that's nice. There's a more, like, kind of more of a deep dive that you can have hanging out in front of you, but it kind of blocks the view of the gauges, so I don't really like that. But wow, look at this. Now you may only be seeing 45. I had it optimized for about 90 frames per second without reprojection, so you would be seeing 60 right now. I think you might be seeing more of 45, and I'm seeing 90 because I have synthetic frames that are shuffled in to my view. But even at 45, I'm sure it looks pretty good on the mirror screen here. But the sharpness is up because I had to take the render scale down to 75% to get 90 outside of the cities and about 60 in the cities in 4K going to the Reverb G2. Now I have 4K ultra settings, everything on max, no compromises, and reprojecting. Let's see, which way do I go? Okay. But you know, there's a lot of virtual reality out there that's very intense. Like I try to get my girlfriend to play, and a lot of times it will be just too darn intense, and she'll even kind of not even want to. And sometimes other people. And it's just because it's like fight for your life. Here, let's go in here, walk through this door, and you're going to have 100 people shoot at you. And after a while, you stop wanting to walk through the door. Now, I understand it is kind of fun to be in a life or death situation, but these kinds of simulations where you're getting to do something in the real world, and it's looking about right. I mean, this is very realistic. You could do better, of course, but I mean, this is, as far as I know, the first shot at a tractor trailer simulation, and I'd say this is pretty darn good. I mean, some things are short and sweet about it, like just the leg itself is a little bit shortened, I think. But you know, you get out and they show you the mountains, and roundabout what you'd see, maybe a power station. Look at this, what do you have? Gas. There's probably some type of a gas thingamabob. And you have the mile markers and the signs, and the other traffic. The traffic looks pretty darn good. I mean, compared to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I guess the airplanes probably look like the traffic in Microsoft Flight Simulator in this game, because the focus is not in the airplanes. So, you know, I'm not complaining about Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's a gem, but this is quite the gem itself. This is almost more comfortable to sit in. I mean, I feel like I am just in a tank. This thing is nice to be in. So this is like the opposite of those games where you're trying to take each other's heads off. This is kind of just what it is driving truck. You get to listen to that turbo kick in and out. And the different trucks, they sound different too. But boy, when you're going too fast or you're doing something you shouldn't, you kind of know it. I think I need to get off here. See, like that. But it's neat because you can kind of hang out this way. In virtual reality, you can actually, you know, if I stood up, I could walk over to that bunk. I'm on a chair though, so I'm not going to do that. But you could just about, if you had to put like a mattress back there, you could actually get up and walk over to that mattress and lay down as though you were in this world doing that, and you would have the mattress in reality to fall back on, and you could go back there and go to sleep. You know, say you're working 5, 6, 10-hour shifts or something, and you come home and you just want something different. I mean, it's weird to go to work doing something else for a change, but it's all on your terms. So this simulation is amazing. I mean, you could just do whatever and just go wherever and put a mattress back there. I'm not going to do it, but I mean, that's how far a person could take it. If you want, you know, you see these simulation cockpits where they got everything. Well, you don't have the mattress you sleep on. So a true trucker's cockpit would have at least a twin mattress back there lined up with that one, and clear floor so you didn't trip on the way over to it, to where you could drive this for 10 hours and be beat tired and just go back there and fall asleep. Better yet, you got your wife with you and she jumps down from that top bunk, grabs the headset. But if you leave the headset on, you feel like you're still in the truck. And then you wake up and you look around and you're in the truck, and that's pretty cool. That's a staycation. That's some winery. So yes, every once in a while I do cross the median. Uh-oh, I gotta get over. And cut somebody off. There we go. Oh, I got an achievement from that. Cutting people off. So these are always downhill. Like, I'm scared I come down these going really quick. I wonder if a big rig could really stop coming down these sometimes. I think all-wheel brakes is a pretty powerful thing, but it just makes you wonder when you're coming down on that steep hill, going 50. Alright, looks like I'm ending up at my destination already. I think I have cables in the back. But they have a little bit of downtown Vegas. It wasn't perfect, but they allow you to drive by. You can't just drive wherever you want. They have it set up to where there's certain places you can and can't go, and there's a barricade of X's, and they don't allow you to go. But for the game, the scope of the game is there. Here's sell goods. Okay, this is where they're putting me. I'm gonna wish I had backed in. So they allow you to try to park it, or? Okay, so press the following key to handle it. Okay. So I can, where do you need it? That's where I can actually put it where they want it. Let's play it safe is a lot easier, and this one is nothing. So let's play it safe as I give you an easy spot, and this is a hard spot. I'm going to go for the hard spot, see what happens. You're not trucking if you can't do that. That's the whole job. Proceed to unloading area. I'm thinking it's going to be over here, yeah. Well, I'm bouncing. It's hard to gauge distance in a mirror. I find it a little bit hard. But this is a place to learn, not, you know, in other places, not at the boat launch. This is cheating. Supposed to be raised around it. Okay, I somehow hung out my door. Oops, I should have kept that on this way. So I'm just playing with a controller. I do have a racing wheel, but I didn't have good luck with it or the controller last time, actually. So that's the wrong space, but doing something. But see, I'm able to turn the wheel here. Let's see, what do I need to do? I need to go over there, so. It's actually very easy to use the controller. What am I doing? I don't even know. So they do allow you to skip it if you're just not really good at this. You want to take a couple stabs at it, and then see, this is not right. Alright. Teaching the class. One more for teaching the class. Let's just put it back where I pulled it out. This is where distance is pretty important. Well, that's not right. I'm doing this on the internet. Don't ask me why. I should just give up. But we're gonna see about this. If I can get my view straight, I'll be all set. I know they've hit that wall before. Alright, so I'm wanting to kick this way. There we go. There we go. That's having to do with astrology right there. If you get it close, they give it to you, which is nice. Straighten it out. Straighten it out. This is going to be a keeper. They're going to give that to me? Yeah, they gave it to me. There we go. So they usually give you an extra 10%. I got, what, 283 experience points? Usually they give you some extra. Maybe I took too long. So I guess I get to give myself some bonuses. So go to the job market, quick job. Got Arizona, California. What is this? Las Vegas. We'll try Las Vegas. We got mixed tank machine parts in Las Vegas. Yeah. Those are the expensive machines. Machines that make money. I was reading those machines in Las Vegas supposedly are at like 92%. They give you back 91.9 or something, 91.3, 92. I think they kicked up to 92.04 or something. I don't know. So here we are. This thing is in my face, and so I'm going to start the truck, but I have to press F3 to get that out of my face. So I'm going to press F3 twice. There we go. Looks like I have 2/3 of a tank, 159 gallons. So I gotta figure out which way I'm going. Where am I going? I gotta turn around without breaking anything. This is how it's done too. Now they're going to say full self-driving is going to do this. I mean, yeah, maybe with some help, but I don't know. There's just some things that are like machines to simulate it first. Machines to do it. We'll see. Hopefully, that'd be nice. You know, I don't know, I don't want to talk job loss about anyone, but you know. I'm sure there's companies that just want to have somebody deliver it just because they like people so much. Voltison Motors, like them. They're doing it. They said, send me a person. The other guy's putting me out of business. Alright, so I gotta take a left. It's cool, you gotta lean out just to look for traffic. I mean, it really, wow, that guy almost got it. Alright, there he is. Stop for the Patriot. Volvo truck dealer discovered. All right. So here's the Settle West. So I guarantee this is not like a Google map of this area. Nothing like Microsoft Flight Simulator in that regard, but man, considering it's like the Micro Machine. If you remember those cars, they had the little wheels and they were just Micro Machines. That's what this city is like. It's like a Micro Machine city. It's, you know, fat tired and squished, but you get the impression of what they're trying to do and where you are, and it pulls it off. And look at these. You know what car these are? That's a one of those. These are real cars. In fact, people will be able to play this. That's like a Dodge Charger or something, or that other kind. So they did realism on this one, and I love that. Red Wolf Hotel and Casino. I gotta take a right. Not watching the GPS. Here's a skate park. Look at that. That takes extra work. That's cool. Kudos to the developer. This is a game that should come out on the PSVR2 because it's low stress. Low stress, and people get to see what the truckers see and from their point of view and how you're driving around them, and it just, you'll see why they're so careful with their trucks around the other cars just by playing this simulation. It all makes sense. I think I need to go left here, but it just looks weird. Yeah, this is it. But look at these big buildings. I mean, you really feel like you're in like downtown Detroit. This is Las Vegas, I guess. But palm trees, cars that you recognize. I got it in a really high resolution with the motion smoothing, which is actually called Reprojection for mixed reality open XR. Open VR, Open XR. Alright. Here we are, back to trucking. Over, I think. I'm thinking so. I don't think I take this one. It can be hard to read that GPS, and oftentimes I will make a wrong turn, and there's everything that you got to do to get back. It might not go further than that. Maybe you can go another exit and turn around and come back, but that part is there. And so if you just forget about where you can and can't go and just do the job, it's as though the world is endless. It just feels totally realistic, and it's super comfy in the cab here. I really feel like it could be a monsoon rain and it would just be laughable. You would just reach over and turn the heat up. There goes an airplane. It looks like a Sukhoi or something. A lot of times they have jets, like jumbo jets. Alright, this is telling me I need to get off here, I think. Yeah, that's a big plane. It's interesting. You can tell when the developer cares. You can tell when the developer doesn't care. I'm of the opinion that this developer or team of people cared, truly cares. They truck. But you know, I've been flying so much Microsoft Flight Simulator recently, and I hadn't played this in like, I don't know, it's been like 4 to 6 months. I literally just played Microsoft Flight Simulator all winter long with some other family fun 2-player games. We play a little bit of 2-player virtual reality on Sundays. Try to keep the low stress ones at the top of the stack. I believe this is a 2-player game. I think you can play this with other people. What would be really cool is if you could drive people and have them in the seat with you, and you know, you could switch them out. And I don't know how often that would get used, though. You know, as cool as it would be for the person that is going to use it that way, there's going to be a lot of people that don't. But that's where PlayStation comes in, because so many people buy PlayStations because of the low price, that if this game made it to PlayStation with their foveated rendering, if they could get some reprojection going, or license it from Microsoft or whoever's got it, get it licensed and get it going, because this is a pretty ironed out game. I mean, I don't know, honestly I don't know, though. It's possible that the PlayStation would not be able to run this, and I don't want to insinuate to anything that the developer wouldn't appreciate, but you know, the PlayStation 5 has already sold 20 million units, so I don't know how many PSVRs they're going to sell, PSVR2, but they're saying that's going to come out next year or so, sometime soon. So I could be going 70, I'm going 60. But that's for relaxation. A game like this is for, it's almost like meditative, I swear. It's just, you got your capsule, and we all know what it's like to drive, so it's kind of second nature. But even with a controller, it just feels about right. The way, I don't know if they did an update or what, but the control just feels so much more smooth and natural. I can give it just small inputs and it just moves the wheel just a little bit to the left, and it starts to come back. I mean, I can hammer it to the left or hammer it. It takes a while to get there, but you got to turn it by hand anyway. It's going to take a while to get there. And you can relax. Just put your arms at your side and just kind of like brain interaction with it. And the view it's actually really good for virtual reality, because you have this whole cockpit around you that is close, and then you have other things that are far, and the close things are in contrast with the far, and you have so much around you that's close, and then you have this view of far. It's perfect for virtual reality because you get a really heightened sense of depth due to the contrast of the two areas. Like some where they're just wide open, so everything's kind of far away. Look at this. This is like Contact, the movie. I'm okay to go. I'm okay to go. Yeah, you can definitely feel the presence of the cab here. Now you're not going to be able to see that on the social screen like what you're looking at right now on your screen, but as everyone knows, the virtual reality makes you want to stop and take a left. There we go. These things really do stop. I feel bad for that guy. That's a nice car too. It's like a Corvette back there. Anyway, I lost my train of thought when I had to make that stop. But yeah, this is perfect for VR. I kind of wish that they gave you a little bit more heads up I guess they say if you want that, open up that screen, but it would have been nice if you could open the GPS and have it off to the side or something, that little the helper screen that I got rid of. Or it'd be nice if that was a little bit more flattened out, like it's kind of top-down view, and it'd be nice if you had more heads up on what's coming next, to where the angle was a little bit more from behind the car on the GPS screen, so that not so much top-down, so that you could see further out, and then you just have some idea. It could just be a little bit more, and then that I think would be a bit of an improvement. But you know, it's all the more processing it's probably going to have to do. Everything comes off the budget for processing. So you got these mirrors, you got to reprocess the whole world again to get the mirror just for that little area. So I mean, I'd say things are budgeted really well, so obviously, but if it could, that would be nice if you could see into the GPS a little bit more. I find myself having to check it, and I don't do it with my eyes. I have to do it with the sweet spot of the headset. But, you know, that's just current limitations. And then as soon as it's all fixed and everything's perfect, we'll reminisce about this time in history. We'll go, you know, we were looking for better and we wanted more, but we didn't know we had it just right. It was just fine. It's like an Xbox 360 time for virtual reality right now. When are you gonna let good enough be good enough, you know? So yeah, I'm happy with this game. This is excellent. Lots of wide open spaces. I mean, there's a lot of space out there. That's more than a stone's throw. There's a little bit of pop in, but it's not horrendous. I was playing that Castle Rock VR experience where you go to the park, and it's really nice. The feeling of being over warm sand, like white sand like that, they really pull it off there. The waves could have used a little bit of work on that one, but the pop in is really bad, and the shadows are... It's like a 2D game where you go to virtual reality and it's not made for it. Kind of like Project Cars 2 was for a while, where you move your head in the shadows, the sun moves with your head and causes the shadows to cast on one way or the other depending on how your head is, you know. I don't know why that's like that. It must have something to do with like kind of like the coordinate system or something, how it's set up. I don't know. It's not independent of your head. But it's alright. But yeah, there's a lot of popping on that one. I still enjoy that, and I'm not saying don't buy it, because it's actually a really fun experience. But there's a lot of pop-in on that one. And changing, like where you're walking will be flat until you get about 6 feet away from it, and then all of a sudden it has all this detail and it morphs into it. It doesn't pop in, it morphs in. It's almost like you have reprojection on. It looks pretty weird. That's distracting. But anyway, it's a different game. But the pop in here for this game is extremely minimal. But, you know, I am running a 5600X with a 3080 Ti. So that's right now the top tier, but you know how long that lasts. Get a calendar. Mark the end day on the calendar and you have devalued when you buy a new PC. Just put divided by 2. Put a line and put 2, and that's what you'll have after a year of having a PC. So it's basically throwing money away. Do a little treat about it. That's why the PlayStation VR2 would be pretty cool for this. But you know, their hardware, it's only like a 2070 Super, which is plenty of power, but it's possible that it would be hurting and it wouldn't be able to handle this resolution. It's possible that what I'm saying, all these great things about it, are only because I can run it in this way with 4K I honestly think I'm making more pixels than I can use though, because I'm 2000 by 4000 in 4K, and this headset's only 2000 by 2000. So it's way more pixels in one direction. Oops, that's my... Oh shoot. These people are gonna get ran over. Oh, I hit somebody. See, they just charge you $400 for that. That's that same guy again. But you know, I wasn't watching the GPS too close because I didn't want to yank her head back and forth, you know, because every time I move my head, it's kind of moves things around. In VR, when you look around, it's nothing, because you can keep your eyes on something but move your head. Like I could be looking at that vehicle and move my head around like this, and I don't feel like I moved my head like the view at all, because my view is staying steady. Press the key to handle job delivery. There we go. I'm going to see about play it safe. What does play it safe do? It's probably going to make it easy. Proceed to the unloading area. Okay, so they just make it easy. Drop it right there, kid. Actually, I'm 40 now, so I can't be a kid. Drop it right there. What's this guy doing? That's a lot of little details, you know. First you got to make the game, then you got to have a bunch of people working. Let's have somebody changing some tires on a tractor. You know, that came through on a memo or something. That hit somebody's desk. I don't know if that's motion capture. It doesn't really look like it, but it could be. Sure make things easier. It's really hard to make people look fluid without motion capture. So you can see in the rear view the handle will turn and drop it. So I got 15 XP for maneuvering the trailer. Well, that was a lot of fun. That was truly a good time for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Always remember you can shop at my eBay store, GB Hatchery. I sell a lot of used items on the internet. GB Hatchery, eBay. Other than that, I hope you're safe and healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.